Welcome to Kruk and Kuip Extra Innings. Is tonight the Giants got fucking walloped by the Dodgers 13-5. And this was a game to fucking forget for Bruce Bochy. I think this was a game where Bochy made some poor decisions in this game, and it came back to bite him in the ass. Matt Moore had a good first inning. Then the second inning was a different story. He allowed 6 fucking earned runs, and it was not pretty. And I think he should have been pulled at that point instead of being left in to suffer for 2 more innings. And that wasn't pretty either. It was just not his night, and and I don't question Bochy too often, but this was one of those games where I truly questioned Bochy's decision to leave him in, and it did not work out well. 9 earned runs, his ERA is over 6. Just when I thought maybe he was starting to turn a corner, no. And it's just some pathetic baseball tonight. But yeah, Yasiel Puig got back on track tonight. He feasted off of Giants pitching for 3 hits tonight and 4 RBIs. The rookie Cody Bellinger had 2 more hits. And Travis Wood, Alex Wood, his trade value took a hit today for the Dodgers, but it was passable. 4 earned runs in 5 innings pitched. But this is one of those games where even some of the roster moves just did not make sense today. Chris Stratton was sent back down for Josh Osich, and wow, tonight with the score the way it was, this was a night where we probably would have needed Chris Stratton to eat 3 or 4 innings to save the bullpen from this type of shit work tonight. But the good thing is now with Osich up there is another lefty to help out Okert for the lefty situation. So we'll see what happens with Osich in that situation. But man, this is going to be a tough. This is going to be a tough task for Dave Righetti. Can he right the ship on Matt Moore? He's not been great this season. He really has not. He's maybe had 2 decent games, but the rest have been shit. And I don't know how much longer we have the patience before maybe we put him on the disabled list or something. There's a couple guys in the minors who are maybe looking at a call-up soon. You got Yohan Gregorio, who, with the way he's pitching in Sacramento, we might be one roster move away from seeing maybe Gregorio become the swing man in the bullpen. Or you might see Ty Beatty get called up soon. So there's a lot of question marks in the bullpen, and the question is how the road to Melanson. Derek Law has looked great as a setup man. And Hunter Strickland, he's your 7th inning guy, but the question is who's going to be your 6th inning guy at this point. I think the outfield is shit right now. Maybe Gorkas Hernandez just saved himself right now. But I think it might be time to move down. It might be time to pull the plug on Drew Stubbs and maybe start considering it might be time to time to activate Mac Williamson. It cannot hurt to turn to Mac Williamson at this point. I'd rather go with a rookie going through their ups and downs at this point. Mac Williamson can't be any worse. And, I've gone back and forth with Gorkas, and Gorkas is trying to get over the Mendoza line. Maybe give him a few games to try to get over the Mendoza line. But if not, maybe start keeping an eye out for Austin Slater and Ryder Jones. See who wants it more to get that other call up if Span's going to be out long term. And maybe it's time to start turning more to the youngsters instead of these scrap heap projects. I think it might be time to start ushering in a new era of Giants baseball. It might be pretty, it may be ugly, but it's time to do some rebuilding. I'm ready for it. But Arroyo, I really like what I've seen out of Arroyo. He's here to stay. Maybe try to see what type of trade value Eduardo Nunez has once Brandon Crawford comes back. And get ready to start looking more towards a youth movement. Maybe it's time. Bochy this might be the end of Bochy too. Bochy might be ready to retire with with his health issues and stuff. I think retirement's a real possibility for Bochy, and it's time for them to start getting a manager in waiting ready, but whether it's Ron Wotus or Phil Nevin or somebody else. But tomorrow the sun will shine, and things can't always be good forever. It's just, I think I'm at the point where I'm kind of content to say, okay, it's not our year. Let's rebuild. Let's start over, and it's time for a fresh start, maybe with a new manager. And we'll see what happens tomorrow's game. I don't know not yet to see if more is a lost cause, but I just don't have confidence in him right now. All right, going around the horn quickly. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays 11-5. Your winning pitcher was Kensuke Tanaka. Your losing pitcher was Matt Latos, who allowed 7 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. And I think Latos was called up today as a replacement. And it was the first time I've seen Matt Latos up in the majors in a long time. Or this was, I think, Latos' first start in a very long time. And Latos is a former shell of himself. I remember when he was good with San Diego, and he's never recovered since. But Steve Pearce had a 4-for-4 game. Aaron Judge went 2 for 3. Brett Gardner. Aaron Judge had 2 home runs today off of Aaron Hicks had a home run today and went 3 for 5. No, went 2 for 5 today. Matt Holliday went 3 for 4. And Brett Gardner went 3 for 5 with a home run. The D-backs beat the Nationals 6-3. Your winning pitcher was TJ McFarland. Your losing pitcher was Tanner Rourke. And Rourke has not had the greatest of starts this season. The Red Sox beat the Orioles 5-2 in a game full of fireworks today. And Manny Machado and Chris Sale decided to throw at Manny Machado. We'll see if that leads to pregame warnings before tomorrow's game. The Tigers beat the Indians 5-2. Your winning pitcher was Justin Verlander. Your losing pitcher was Corey Kluber, and he did not make it out of the fourth inning today with 5 earned runs. And man, right now this has been a tough year for Terry Francona with his starting pitching. Cleveland's not getting off to hot pitching is not what it was last year. The Pirates beat the Reds 12-3. Your winning pitcher was Tyler Glasnow. Scott Feldman was your losing pitcher. And Feldman failed to get out of the fifth inning, 7 earned runs allowed. And Robert Stevenson allowed 4 more earned runs in 2 2/3 innings pitched. The Rays beat the Marlins 3-1. Your winning pitcher was Alex Cobb. Your losing pitcher was Edison Volquez. And Volquez has gotten off to a bad start in Miami. He did not make it out of the fifth inning today. 3 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings pitched. And the Braves beat the Mets 9-7. And R.A. Dickey, former Met, was your winning pitcher. Matt Harvey was your losing pitcher. Ender Inciarte had a 3-for-5 game. And Matt Harvey got lit up for 6 earned runs today. And Matt Whistler had 4 earned runs in 2/3 innings pitched. The Cubs beat the Phillies 8-3. Your winning pitcher was John Lester. Your losing pitcher was Jeremy Hellickson. And Hellickson did not make it out of the fifth inning, allowing 6 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. And Mark Leiter Jr., son of former Giant Mark Leiter, with the Phillies organization, he allowed 2 earned runs. And the Twins walloped the A's 9-1 today. Your winning pitcher was Irvin Santana, who's 5-0, and could become a very valuable trade chip for the Twins at the deadline, the way they're playing. And Sonny Gray was a little rusty, allowed 4 earned runs in his return back to the A's today. 4 earned runs in 6 innings pitched, not too bad for a pitcher who was a little rusty. But Cesar Valdez allowed 4 earned runs in his time out of the bullpen. Eddie Rosario went 2 for 3 for the Twins today. The Astros found a way to beat the Rangers 8-7. Your winning pitcher was James Hoyt. Your losing pitcher was Keone Kela. Carlos Beltran had a 3 for 5 game. The White Sox blanked the Royals 6-0. Your winning pitcher was Jose Quintana. Your losing pitcher was Danny Duffy. Yolmer Sanchez went 3 for 4. Giovanni Soto went 2 for 3. Avisail Garcia went 2 for 2. And Duffy got roughed for 6 earned runs today. Your winning pitcher was Carlos Martinez. Your losing pitcher was Willie Peralta. And the Padres beat the Rockies 6-2. Your winning pitcher was Trevor Cahill. Your losing pitcher was Tyler Chatwood. And Chatwood got roughed for 5 earned runs today. All right, let's go in the PCL today. And today the River Cats beat the Grizzlies 5-4. And your winning pitcher was Mark Reynolds. Your losing pitcher was Brian Holmes. And Ryan Webb got the save for the River Cats. And an NBA playoffs tonight. The Celtics beat the Wizards 129-119 to take a 2-0 series lead. And the Warriors, your Golden State Warriors, beat the Utah Jazz 106-94 to take a 1-0 series lead at Oracle. But I think they're not going to be able to sweep the Jazz like they did with the Blazers. I think the Jazz will win it maybe a game or two in Salt Lake City in that noisy arena of theirs. Yeah, Curry had 22 points. Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant was back and had 17 points for the Warriors tonight. And in NHL action tonight, the New York Rangers beat the Ottawa Senators 4-1. And Henrik Lundqvist was really excellent tonight after having an off game in game 2. But you got Rick Nash scoring, Matt Zuccarello. And in the other game, the Smashville Predators beat the St. Louis Blues 2-1. And Pekka Rinne has played out of his mind in this playoff series as the Predators will look to finish him off in St. Louis. Now with them having a 3-1 series lead. Let's see, and if the season were to end today, the Yankees and Orioles would be in first place. One would be a wild card, one would be your division winner. The White Sox would, surprisingly, the White Sox would be in the playoffs. The Astros would be in the playoffs. And the Twins would be your wild card too. And in the National League, the D-backs would win the West. The Cubs would win the Central. The Nationals would win the NL East. And the Rockies would be your wild card 1. Wild card 2 would be the LA Dodgers. And tomorrow, your pitching it will be Julio Urias against Jeff Samardzija. I don't see this being a win for the Giants. Samardzija's struggled just as bad as Moore has, and I don't know. I think it's going to be another one. I think it's going to be another all-hands-on-deck game. They better be ready. And if Shark gets in trouble, he should bean a Dodger and get in a fight. And you can follow me at RobIman at twitter.com. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow night. Together we're giant.